Out Young Online presents Young Tales. Tales for the young and the young at heart. Today's story, Bullfinch's Mythology. Norse mythology, the death of Baldur. Solemn harps played as the fire crackled, and a hush came over the longhouse murmurs. The skald began. Now, friends, we turn to the saddest tale of all, the death of Baldur the Good, fairest of the gods, beloved of all who beheld him. Even the stones wept at his passing. Baldur dreamed dark dreams filled with shadow and death. Troubled, he spoke of them to the gods. They grew fearful, for who could imagine Asgard without him? Then Frigga, Odin's wife, went forward and extracted oaths from fire and water, from iron and stone, from beasts and birds, from every creeping thing, that none should harm Baldur. Then he was safe. The audience sighed in relief. Safe? So they thought. But Odin, still uneasy, rode down to the underworld itself to consult a dead prophetess. Her words chilled him, though he spoke them to no one, and soon the gods, forgetting their fear, made a sport of Baldur's invulnerability. They hurled stones, spears, and axes at him, yet all bounced harmless away. They laughed, and Baldur, still smiling, shining like the sun. But Loki watched, his heart black with envy. He could not bear that one should be so loved, so blameless, so untouchable. Loki took the shape of a woman and came to Frigga. Tell me, he asked sweetly, is it true that all things have sworn to spare Baldur? And Frigga, unthinking, replied, all things save one, the mistletoe, too young and weak for an oath. Mistletoe? The audience gasped. Loki cut a sprig of mistletoe and returned to the games. There stood Hodor, Baldur's blind brother, apart and sorrowful, unable to join. Loki said, why do you not honor Baldur as the rest do? Take this twig, I will guide your hand. And Hodor, trusting, cast the mistletoe. It flew swift and straight, struck Baldur, and pierced him through. Ah! The audience gasped. Baldur fell. The gods cried out in horror. Never had Asgard known such grief. They would have seized Loki, but the place was holy, and vengeance was delayed. The hall echoed only with their lamentations. Then Frigga wept and asked, who will ride to hell and beg Hela, queen of the dead, to release my son? And Hermod the Nimble, Odin's son, mounted Sleipnir, the 8-legged steed, and rode for 9 nights through the valleys, dark as pitch, until he crossed the golden bridge over the river Gil and came to Hela's gates. There he found Baldur, seated, pale, but still noble, and begged for his release. Hela replied, if all things weep for Baldur, then he may return. But if one thing refuses, he must stay with me. Messengers went forth, and all creation wept. Men and women, beasts and stones, trees and metals, all shed tears for Baldur. But when they came to a dark cave, they found a hag named Thocket. They begged her, weep for Baldur that he may be restored. She sneered, Thocket will weep with dry tears for Baldur's bale fire. Let Hela keep her own. And so Baldur was doomed to remain in hell. Loki! Loki in disguise! The audience murmured angrily. They bore Baldur's body to the sea, where stood his great ship, Ringham, largest of all vessels. Upon it they laid him, and beside him his grieving wife Nanna, who died of sorrow. Her body was placed with his to burn together. The gods gathered in mourning, Odin and Frigga, Frey in his chariot drawn by the golden boar, Heimdall on his steed, Freya in her car drawn by cats. Even the frost giants came. Baldur's horse, saddled and adorned, was led to the pyre and burned with him. But the gods did not forget Loki. He fled, building a house on the mountain with 4 doors to watch all ways. He wove a net to hide as a fish, but the gods came with his own net and caught him. Thor seized him by the tail as a salmon, and that is why salmon are narrow there to this day. They bound him with chains, and above him hung a serpent dripping venom in his face. His wife, Siguna, sat by to catch the drops in a bowl. But when she turned aside to empty it, the venom struck him, and he writhed and howled so fiercely that the earth itself shook. Men call that an earthquake. So died Baldur the Good, and so was Loki bound. Yet the gods knew this. Baldur's death was the first shadow of Ragnarok, the beginning of the end. But when he fell, they saw that even the fairest of the gods could not escape fate. And here's where we end for today. Young Tales is produced and narrated by Todd Young from Todd Young Online. If you enjoyed this, please like and subscribe and join us next time for another story. Thank you for your support.